Ricardo Orozco, and I am here to inform you about what it takes to be an Ironman Triathlete. For those of you, well, let's start with a little bit. Triathlon, it derives from the Greek language meaning three. That being said, the three events that go on in a triathlon, first is a swim, then it's a bike, then it's a run. The World Triathlon Corporation, they're the one that holds all these events all around the world. So there's various types of triathlons. There's all types of different terrains, distances. Some are shorter than others, some are longer than others. It all varies. As far as I'm here to talk to you guys today about Ironman Triathlon. That's the one I've done before. There's two different types. There's a full Ironman Triathlon, which consists of a swim, which is 2.4 miles, a bike, which is 112 miles, and a run, which is a full marathon, 26 miles. So that's back to back, no transition. But there's a transition area. When you get off from the from the water, you transition into your bike cycling gear. After you cycling, you transition into your running gear. Now, going back a little bit, this all started back in 1978. It actually started in, like Nicki Minaj from the song, in the islands of Waikiki, right there. So it started in Honolulu, but there was so much traffic from when people used to go over that all the locals started complaining about being so much traffic, and you have anywhere from 1,800 to 1,000 to 1,800 people. So it originated in Waikiki because the locals, there was a group of swimmers, runners, and bikers. They all had they were all just a contest between each other about who was the best one, who was the best one in the whole island. I mean, the island is pretty small, so they all wanted to be recognized and be the best. So one day, there's a commander named John Collin. So what he did to settle this debt and just to finally call it quits to see who would be the best one, he told all these people that were bragging about they were gonna come and they were gonna do the first Ironman. So what they did is combine those three events with that distance. There's really no other triathlon that has that much longer distance. So it was not originally made to be who could finish first, but to see who could actually finish it. And only 5 people finished it out of the 15. And the first person who ever won it was Gordon Heller with 11 hours, 46 minutes. Currently, the world record is by Marino Van Hoemaker with 7 hours and 46 minutes. That's 7 hours to do 2.4 miles swim, a bike of 112 miles, and a run, a full marathon. Some people sign up for just the marathon alone, just to do that, and that's actually the last event after swimming and biking. So that kind of tells you how that goes. So I'm gonna describe to you a little bit about each event. For the swim. So for the swim, you have your goggles, okay? Put on my goggles. You're gonna have to want some good goggles. It's usually in open water. So you use this cap and it's always a different color. Everyone's gonna have their own color. You wanna cover up your ears, get a nice, and otherwise you have water just going in your ears, and as you're swimming, it's not fun. If you're not ready for the swim, you're either gonna swallow water, you're gonna get kicked, you're gonna get scratched, and possibly you may end up drowning if you're not ready for it. But they have people out there supervising in canoes, and you have 3 large buoys that you can swim to. You can actually hang on to the canoes. I'm telling you, because I wasn't prepared for the swim, so I got kicked. I swallowed like about a gallon of water, and I was holding on to every canoe out there. So you just go talk to the people there. Just keep going. You just don't stop. I did the half, so I didn't do the full. I'm not gonna say I did the full. I did the half Ironman. So just all you need is I actually swim with. These are my cycling shorts. I swim with these. That way I can move into the transition area for my cycling. I just hop on the bike, put on my shirt, and just go. If it's the water's under 75 degrees, you're gonna want to have a wetsuit. Otherwise, you can go out there and catch hypothermia, or you start cramping up. Another thing, once you get out the water, you move over to your bike. So the bike, that's kind of the most expensive equipment. That can range anywhere from a cheap bike, a super cheap is like $500. The most expensive one goes all the way to 6,000. So you can go, the 6,000 ones are all fully carbon fiber, super aerodynamic. I'm talking about even the spokes are aerodynamic. You just kind of throw it and the thing just goes about a mile just by itself. And it's super light. Some are like 2 pounds and almost indestructible. It's carbon fiber. You have your helmet, which is anywhere from 200 to 300. You have your cycling shirts. Those are anywhere from $60. Your shorts vary from 60 to 120. Your shoes are anywhere from 200 to 400. That's actually the most expensive. And the whole time, your bike, just the bike alone, you have no water cages, you buy that separate, you buy your seat separate, your ass will appreciate it when you're going down 20, you're just doing 20 miles, your ass will thank you that you bought a nice little seat. I'm telling you. So I know it sounds really expensive. Now you can kind of compare as buying all this equipment and having that, just for years, or you can compare it to someone paying a gym membership every month. And a gym membership would add up. But just buying this stuff, you have something to do every day. You can go out swimming, running, or you can go out cycling. I mean, it's actually quite fun. So running, that's the last thing. Some of the things you need is both for your bike and your running. You have snacks throughout the whole time. So you're just carrying snacks, power shots, gels, whatever. I mean, whatever you like, whatever you prefer, that's good for you. But you're just stacked up on a bunch of powders. I'll take Noxy-Pro. It just gets you open up your veins and you're going. You're a little Hulk out there. And as for the run, all you need is nice comfortable shoes and just a shirt, and just go out there. They have sunblock providing for you. And as you're doing the bike and you're doing the run, there's people out there giving you water. That way when you're running, there's pickle juice, a lot of caffeine. They have coffee, Coke, Gatorade, cookies, all kinds of stuff. You're just eating the whole time. If you're not eating, your body will start going into starvation and you're gonna be breaking down. Most people during the run, they hit what's called an invisible brick wall. About the 20th mile, they're 6 miles away. They just hit this wall. They're done. There's no getting up. There's a competition I saw where there was 3 ladies coming up to see who would be the first woman to finish. Well, she ended up crawling to the finish. As she was crawling, this other woman passed her up, and so she came in third. I mean, it was pretty crazy, and just the emotion that goes through it's pretty crazy. As far as the cutoff times, the whole event starts at 7 o'clock in the morning, so you want to show up somewhere maybe like 4. You can either go rent a hotel. Good luck finding a hotel. First of all, you have to reserve like 3, 4, 5 months in advance. If you get a hotel the day to go to the race, you have to get up even earlier, because when you go out there, there's tons of traffic. There's thousands of people there. For the swim, you have 2 hours and 30 minutes to finish it, or they cut you off. For the bike, by 5:30, you have to be done. If you don't cross a certain, if you're not off your bike, you're done, and you have until midnight to finish your run. So if you're too slow, you're gonna be taken out. The whole time you're being measured by a bracelet. You can put that on your leg or your arm, and it records all your time. So when you finish it, you can actually see how you did overall. And if you never felt adrenaline, you can smell it that day. There's tons of people just pumped. I mean, just pumped, and you see people that are jittery, just waiting to get out there. I mean, it's crazy. But what you want to do is actually camp out in the parking lot. What I do is camp out. That way I have an extra hour, 2 hours of sleep. Because in the morning, when you get there, you have to register. You get there the day before to register, but the day of, you have to make sure you go get your number, get all your stuff together, and you're not stuck in traffic. There's people that actually haven't competed because they were stuck in traffic and they couldn't make it. So that to train, you're training for weeks for you to be stuck in traffic and not be able to perform your event. I would just sit in my car and cry. But now you may be asking yourself, why do people do this? There's many people do it for many different reasons. Some do it just for self-fulfillment. Some want to gain some more confidence. Others do it just physical activity of it. And there's others that actually inspired other people that do it. There's a man, Richard Holcomb. He's a blind man that does this event. The man is blind. There's other people capable of doing it, but don't even attempt to do this. And there's Dick Hoyt. His son was born physically challenged. He has a bone disease where he has to be pretty much in a wheelchair the whole time. So what he does, they actually let him compete. He has a canoe where he swims, and he has his son in the back, swims with them 2.4 miles. He gets him in a wheelchair, in a special customized with his bike. He goes on his bike and he pushes them to the finish line, 26 miles. And they at the end of the marathon, they once asked him, what do you like most about this? And he said that I finish before my dad does. And I mean, once you actually see it, you can look it up on YouTube. It just kind of breaks your heart. It's just crazy. As far as nutrition goes, you gotta get your grains, eat healthy stuff, stay away from McDonald's, eat proteins, and most of all throughout that day is obey your thirst. If a lot of people just get dehydrated, and I'm telling you, because I felt it firsthand, you start shaking, you see things that aren't really there, it's not fun. I'm telling you, just like you see in movies, you see that Coke stand in the middle of the desert, it's true. Training, you want to start 3 to 4 months before the event. It all varies on what you are capable of. Your swim, just swim about 500 meters in the morning, do a bike at least an hour or two, and just run at least 45 minutes. But as for my conclusion, I mean, the reason why people do this is this is a test of endurance. You have to make sure you're ready for it. So for those of you who might actually be interested in it, start something small. You guys probably heard of Warrior Dash. It's a fun event. You actually get beer after it. It's quite fun. But I mean, once you finish this, you get a cool little shirt that I have back there, and you get a nice little medal. And I mean, once you cross that finish line, it feels awesome. And you get bragging rights. So I came here to brag a little bit, to inform you for my speech, and to challenge some of y'all to do it.
Thank you.